Hey, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. First of all, I'm glad you're here. Spoiler alert, I did start recording this reading and then I had an alarm go off on my phone, but it was just like a minute or so into the reading. So instead of clipping them together and having that awkward gap, I'm just going to start from where we left off, okay? So I have two cards out for us. Today's reading is going to be about the last time the two of you spoke to each other. So your last conversation, whether that was over the phone or in person or through Messenger, whatever it was, we're going to unpack how they were really feeling during this talk, what their thoughts were, what was going on with them, their energy, all that and the above. So we are going to get going here. I have the two energy cards out for us already. I didn't get to the tarot portion, so we'll live pull that for you here today. So first up, we have the fish. I heard retreat when that came out. I also heard escape. We have the turtle coming out as well. So first of all, we have two water sign energies. You or your person could have strong water placements in your chart, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could have also been a very emotional conversation. Unfortunately, it seems like your person wanted to avoid this talk with you. So they may have been fidgety, they may have been slow to respond. Whatever was being said during this talk, your person really did not want to be a part of the conversation. We'll unpack the why that is when I get to the tarot. I'm just reading their energy right now, and their energy was wanting to hide. It was wanting to slip away, escape, avoid, and get away from this conversation. So it might have been a really triggering topic for them. It could have also been that they just didn't have the energy to give to it at the time, or maybe the two of you were talking about something that made them feel uncomfortable, or they just weren't ready to talk about it. I'm not quite sure why. Let's get into the tarot to see why that was, what was going on with them, what their thoughts were during this. All I can say is that based on their energy, they did not want to be a part of this conversation, okay? They wanted to get away from it. They wanted to hide away. Maybe they were avoiding responding, or it was about something that they had wanted to avoid talking about. Not quite sure. Let's see what comes out with the tarot. Okay. What is this person thinking and feeling during this conversation? So first up, we have the Five of Cups. Could be something that made them feel sad or hurt or brought up negative feeling emotions. We also have the Queen of Cups, something that they already knew. You were confirming something with them. We also have the Fool. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Universe, which in this deck is the World card. Okay. So what was your person thinking and feeling? I think that they were feeling sad. They may have been triggered by something you said to them. I also think that you gave them some sort of confirmation that they were hoping was not true. So you confirmed something that they've already been intuitively feeling inside, were maybe hoping wasn't true, but you confirmed it with them either by something you said directly or maybe the way you were saying it. And it was making this person feel really sad, down, blue, like maybe they were missing something, and that could be why they wanted to avoid it, because they started having these negative feeling emotions come up that they just were not ready to process at that time. It came out of nowhere, I just heard. And then I heard out of the blue. Maybe you were wearing blue, because I'm seeing a lot of blue coming out in these cards. Also, there's a lot of blues coming through, so you could have been wearing blue. Maybe this person was wearing blue. Or again, that was just the vibe that they were feeling. They weren't feeling really good during this conversation. It probably was something heavy the two of you were talking about. It could have also been that maybe you were feeling sad and your person started picking up on your energy, which was very intense for them, and they didn't want to absorb it, especially if your person is empathic or if they tend to absorb other people's emotions and feelings really easily. Maybe you were sad and they didn't want to absorb that, or they started taking it in and they just wanted to avoid it. They did not want to sit down and process it. Now, the interesting thing here with the World and the Fool card, is that I'm getting opposing energies, right? The Fool reminds me of new beginnings, like angel number 000, whereas the World is the opposite. It's endings and conclusions, okay? So 999 energy. So it was like all in one conversation, your person was seeing beginnings and endings, things that may be coming to a close between the two of you, things that could lead to a fresh start, and your person was really processing a lot. And I actually want to dive deeper into that concept. I want to pull a few more cards to see what was going on with that, because whatever this conversation was really intense to your person. They felt it quite intensely. Okay, we have the 8 of Cups. What else? We also have the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, this is going to turn into a heavy reading, you guys. I kind of see why your person wanted to avoid it. Because the energy I'm getting from them is just really, really dense. It's very heavy and it doesn't feel good. We have the 8 of Cups, like I mentioned, and the 2 of Pentacles. And this is making me think of time running out. Time is running out. Something about this conversation made your person feel like time is running out between the two of you, or there's a possibility you might walk away from them. It could be that maybe you were talking about a breakup or a separation, or maybe you were literally talking about time running out on something and it was very heavy to your person. But this conversation was tough on them, and I think it was tough on you too. I don't think this was a happy conversation. I think you both were talking about some really heavy things. More than likely, you were taking a proactive stance on this, like you were probably leading the conversation, or you were the one bringing things up or initiating this, because your person was really just trying to escape. They were wanting to avoid. They were wanting to run away, slip away, retreat. I just heard detach. Okay, so this person may have even like detached from the conversation. If you were in person, maybe they were focusing on other things in the room. They were looking around, they were looking at their phone, they were doing something to distract themselves and kind of slip away from this, because it was really triggering heavy emotions in them. They were feeling like maybe you were leaving them behind, or that was going to be a possibility, that you would walk away from them, that time might be running out between the two of you, and they weren't liking the way that that felt. So let's see what this conversation has brought about in your person. Are they going to be making some changes? Has anything changed between the two of you? Let's see what we can get out here, okay? All right, so we have, wow, we have a lot of earth energy coming out. We just had 3 cards come out together. And the back of the deck is more earth energy with the 4 of Pentacles. Gotcha. And all right, we're going to be spider webbing, so I'll get to that momentarily. So our first conversation piece, I guess, is the King of Pentacles. We also have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. And then, as I mentioned, the back of the deck is the 4 of Pentacles. Right underneath that is the 2 of Pentacles, okay? So that wanted to be seen as well. What's under that? The 4 of Swords, okay. And then underneath that's the Magician and the Knight of Wands. Okay, it's spider webbing. I'm getting the message though. So what has this conversation brought out within your person? I feel like they want to work harder than ever to ground things with you, because this conversation was tough on them. For whatever reason, they felt like maybe time was running out between the two of you, or there was a possibility of you walking away or leaving them. That was hard for them to process. Part of the reason they wanted to retreat was because the thought of that was really painful, and they just didn't have it in them to process those thoughts at that time. It was too much. I think it came on unexpectedly to them, or they didn't see it coming. But what this has brought out inside of them is this desire to hold tight to the connection, okay? to maybe hold tighter to you, to bring more stability into the situation, as in to ground it, to lock it down more, to do more in this connection, essentially, to probably prevent that from happening. If this person has been kind of slacking or not pulling their weight, I feel like that's something they're wanting to do. They want to show up as this stable, grounded presence for you and in this connection. And they kind of want to act like an anchor here, to anchor things down, to keep things stable. It's possible maybe like a home life or a financial situation has been impacting the two of you. They basically want to work towards that, and they might even be considering bringing you an offer that involves like a living situation or financial situation, okay? Because with this page, the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting an offer that they want to bring you, and they're thinking about that right now. Some kind of an offer to show you that they're stable, that they don't want to go anywhere, that they do want to hold on to this connection. Maybe they've been breadcrumbing or stringing, well, I don't want to say that. I don't think they're stringing you along or breadcrumbing you, but maybe they've been acting like a Knight of Pentacles, like, whoa, my foot just slipped. I was trying to scoot back. Anyway, maybe they have been taking their time to move things forward with you. It could be that maybe they have been dragging their feet a little bit, or they could just naturally be a really slow mover in this connection. They like to take things really slow. They don't like to have too much change all at once. It's scary to them. And it seems to me like your person has realized that that is not helping the connection at all. In fact, it might be pushing you away. It might be leaving you feeling unstable or like you can't rely on them, is what I'm getting here. And they have come to the conclusion that if this is a connection they want to keep and they want to have, that they need to get better at creating and manifesting a different reality for the two of you. They can't keep chilling out, resting, relaxing, letting things slowly play out over a long period of time. They need to actually be more proactive at creating this future with you, is what I'm seeing here. Because this person does not like the thought of you walking away. That was making them feel very uncomfortable, very sad. It was triggering negative emotions in them. They didn't like it. And although in the moment, in the heat of the moment during this conversation, they wanted to retreat and walk away and avoid it, it was too much for them. What has come from that conversation since it's happened is them wanting to be more stable and wanting to bring more to this connection, because they don't like the thought of losing you. They don't want that to happen. And in their eyes, what's going to change that from being a possible reality is trying something new and bringing more in and kind of just going for it. To your person, they might feel like it's risky, okay? Maybe quick movement or change in this connection is scary to them. They feel like it's a risk. That could be why they usually like to take things really, really slow. It's like a safe space for them. It's a comfort for them. But at the same time, they feel like it's pushing you away, and you might walk away because you're like, okay, things aren't progressing the way I was hoping they would be. Maybe this isn't a match after all, that type of energy. And your person doesn't want that. So I think they're going to come in and take a risk with you here. And they're going to try something new. At least that's what they're planning on doing at this time. So I'm going to leave this reading here. What we're going to do next is get you out a couple of personal messages from universe. These are meant to be just for you. So if you need a minute to grab a glass of water, help reset your energy, you are welcome to do that. Okay? Your first message is, the main event isn't the destination, it's my joyous journey. You did not come forth seeking assignments to complete. You came forth for a reason to flow and to love and enjoy life. Even though you will return home at the end of any vacation, the idea of your holiday is not to complete it as quickly as possible so that you can check it off your list. The idea of your vacation and of this life experience is to have a joyous experience. This is so very true. The point of it is not to get to your goal or your destination as quickly as possible. It's to enjoy the ride and enjoy your life. So it's been a while since you've practiced being present and enjoying the present, that might be your calling to do that today. Today I am in charge. Today I'm in control of how I feel. Nobody can make me feel any other way than happy. And I'm holding it up in case you want to affirm it with me. You can do that by commenting it down below or writing it down, reading it, whatever you'd like to do. If this reading resonated with you, let me know by hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I can't wait to see you for the next one. Bye for now.